Okay guys, got a box over here. Just gonna do a quick unboxing, and I can't find my tripod, but it's cool. I have to just do it with one hand and cut with the other. So now basically, I don't really want to get this. I know you kids don't be using knives at home, alright? I'll explain to you in a minute once I get this thing open. Come on. Playing hard to get. I think I'm gonna have to do it with two hands, guys. Oh, that's done that. Okay. There we go. Right. Cool, we are good to go. Ta-da! You figured out what it is. This is the GoPro Karma drone system. It's coming, there we go. So you can see it in here. So basically it's everything that they've released as a package. Now the 6 has just come out, but it's unavailable. And the story behind this is that basically I went to get the, I just wanted the gimbal and the camera, that's all I wanted. So, got that, went back, and the gimbal had sold out everywhere, couldn't find it anywhere. So eventually what happens is, I reserved it, there was just one left. So I reserved it, I went and got it. And only one that's available in Yorkshire, and it didn't work. It was faulty. So I took it back, and I was so looking forward to making some RC videos with my new gimbal. It didn't work. Took that to the camera back, and there are no gimbals in sight. They're not, I mean, especially around here, they're not restocking, so this was the other option. I had that money left over from returning it. I thought I'll go for this. Now I don't tend to, I'm a bit shrewd guys, in the sense that I would never have gone for this. I'm being straight up with you. And I mean, I just want the gimbal, I told you. Like I said, I just want the gimbal. And personally, with anything, if it's a PlayStation, Xbox, I never get the first version, ever. There's always teething problems, guys. So what I tend to do is I wait for the second or third generation, and then I go and buy, and that's always worked out good for me. That's anything, even with the Traxxas X Max, yeah? I didn't go for the first one, I waited, and I knew they were going to have problems. So, and they did, they had loads of teething problems with it, and what's happened now is they released the X Max AS, which I should be doing a video of pretty soon. Where is the zip? So, here's the zip. Okay. Oh, these scissors. Let me see, come on, little knife. My trusty little knife, can it help? Where's my knife gone? This is kind of turning into an ultimate fail video. I can't even find my knife that was just here a minute ago. I'll put it in the box, see, safe first. That's what happens when you work in school with kids. Okay, let's see, does this cut it? Yeah, it did. Okay. Right then, let's take a look at this little bad boy. Like I said, it would have been so much easier with a tripod, but I gotta make do. I don't know where my tripod is, I couldn't find it anywhere. Ta-da! Okay. So, if you know about these things, you've probably seen loads of videos on this. So that's basically remote control, that's the Karma drone, that's the gimbal. Oh, just after this, that's all. I wanted that, and the GoPro camera, that should be in here. It better be in here. It's not in here, it is in here, yeah. Right, I just wanted that, oops, and the GoPro camera, that's all I wanted. So basically, because it sold out everywhere, and I had some plans to make some pretty cool videos, I was stuck. So then I went and got this. Now I personally, guys, I'm telling you right now, I know I haven't flown it, but I never go for the first generation stuff. By the second, third generation, if they're still making this drone, it will be perfect. But for the moment, it won't be. So all this stuff, normally I would never have got it, but I've got it. So here we go. But if you're gonna buy it, just wait. Just wait, unless you're crazy like me. Just wait and get the second and third generation, well, second or third generation stuff that'll come out. What'll happen is they'll get rid of all the teething problems, all the faults, you know, all the problems that are with it, that it's facing. They would have eradicated them. Because I know from watching a few videos, this thing likes to drift, and I'm not the best quadcopter flyer on the planet, guys. It likes to drift, and there's no sensors. And whoa, there goes my battery. This is turning into a funny video. Anyway, so yes, there's no sensors on here, so if it won't realise if there's stuff obstructing it. It could fly into it pretty easily when it comes to landing, and I think with that it helps with the follow me mode. Now I'm not sure if this one is the 2017 version, because I know that's got the follow me mode, and there's another one where it starts. No, and this one's got the orbit, and it has got a follow me, but I don't know how intense that is. Right, it is big, it is kind of heavy, guys. Obviously the Mavic, you would have watched videos. They are the real drones, right? This is basically for me to get some shots. And to be honest with you, drone footage with RC videos probably don't even take that much space. You're probably gonna like maybe shoot a minute of it max. After loads of flying. Woo, put that there. Okay, so that's that. Okay, camera instructions, gimbal, and you've got your power leads. This powers up and charges your remote. It charges your battery. That's over here. So it charges your battery as well. And why am I in the dark? Look, put the lights on. Oh. Then there was light. See my cat over here? Hey Zooks. It's okay. You alright? Okay. So yep, so this is going to power up, guys. Basically, it'll charge both things at the same time. The gimbal supposedly charges, on the first time it's supposed to charge it up, this and the battery in the GoPro camera. But then supposedly, this lasts for about 4 hours, and it will charge up your GoPro camera as you're on the move. So, the one thing I like about this is, I'm not claiming that I'm any good at drones, guys. I had a Phantom 1, and it's not really my thing, but if the learning thing on here, where they actually simulate flying a drone, if that's any good, it should be pretty interesting. So, and I know the first thing you've got to do is you've got to calibrate this stuff when you get it. Because there's any updates on the firmware, you should do that first before you take it out. Okay, and then you've got your propellers in here, and you've got these things that hold the propeller in place as you tighten things up. And you've got your wee bag over here, and in your wee bag, not the wee bag, but you know, I think you've got that mount that comes, which I am really interested in, right? Like I say, guys, this is going to go on my RC cars, because one of the reasons why I've gone for this setup is basically the biggest issue I have when I'm making RC videos is stability. I mean, you always get shaky runs. Anyway, it's a funny story, right? If you ever watch one of my videos, it's called The Greatest RC Chase. It's basically the Ferrari 458 chasing a police car. There's the supercar police cars chasing it. Now in that video, to get the footage of the cars it's rolling and running, we had to actually put the smallest guy I could find, yeah? We stuck him in a trolley, a shopping trolley, hung him over the edge, put the camera in his hands so he's rolled onto the ground, and pushed him along. So that's how we got the footage, and it was still shaky. So when this gimbal came out, I was like, yes, I don't have to go find small guys anymore. So, no, he was cool, he was like, I would have fallen out of a trolley. I said, look, make sure the camera don't drop, you can fall out. But anyway, so I said, look, you'll be famous. But anyway, so this is going to eradicate all them problems, hopefully. The only issue I'm going to have is getting low down, but I might just attach it to another car and do my driving scenes like that. Okay, so this basically, gimbal locks in place, and then it powers on. I don't think there'll be much power in it at the moment. Some of these quadcopters come kind of like ready charged, but I don't think this one will be. So it basically slides up from here. There's so many videos, guys, you know, on YouTube, so I'm not going to show you stuff that you can already see in there, but hopefully I'll get it all set up. I mean, this is how, for people that haven't seen it, the quadcopter basically extends like this, comes out, doing it with one hand, and you attach your blades on here, yeah, your propellers, and basically off you go. Like I say, you know, a lot of these people are brave. I wouldn't fly this thing over water until I get really used to it. But I think by the time they bring out the next few, hopefully they would have more sensors on it. It would have maybe got more satellites, it'd be more steady, it won't drift as much, it might be a little bit more lightweight as well. But for what I need it for, the gimbal here, right, and the camera, it should be okay. Now the GoPro 6 has just come out now in England, I saw it in Argos, but you can't get hold of it just yet. So that has stabilising axes inside it, which is probably going to be the future now. They're saying that gimbals might be a thing of the past, and they're going to have cameras with inbuilt 6-way axes that can basically stabilise pictures itself. That would be really cool if that does work out. If not, that's cool. The one thing I'm really scared of, guys, is a lot of money here. If I fly this thing and it disappears, which is really scary because that does happen, yeah. I've got friends who've lost their quadcopters and they've got some cash in them quadcopters and they've never come back. And whoever finds them is not in a hurry to return them. But, for example, if that does happen, right, I mean, that's a lot of money, guys. I mean, especially if you've got your camera and your gimbal and everything attached and this thing disappears, you have got problems. Big problems. That's the only concern of mine. Anyway, apart from that, just thought I'd let you guys see what's new. Let's have a quick look over here. That's everything that's included. So obviously in this package you've got the camera grip, camera controller, camera drone, mounting frame, you've got propellers, you've got 6. I think there's a silver and black that are on there so you can tell which ones go where. One go clockwise, one go anti-clockwise. You've got your camera battery, which isn't too cracky. I think it lasts about 15 minutes even though they say 20. And the spares are like £99 rip-off. Anyway, you got your camera charger, camera case. I'm hoping some Chinese company will make an imitation of these batteries and bring them out, because if they do, they will absolutely kill it. Anyway, so they say it's more than a drone. It's not that compact, but yeah, okay, let's say it is. And you know, I hope it's not just hype. I mean, I've seen videos, guys, and people are jogging and running, and it seems footage. The problem is there's a tilt. Sometimes the camera goes a little bit like that, and that's your horizon, so it's a little bit tilted. I'm hoping that they've got new firmware updates that'll get rid of that problem, but that's something you can see. So normally when we run, the camera shakes, but this is supposed to stay still and everything else kind of moves around, but the camera's still. Alright, that's awesome for me, that's exactly what I want. They say it's easy to fly, which is pretty cool, but I would never fly this indoors because it drifts, you're going to hit walls, so don't do that. And the FPV system, which is pretty cool because I'm not really one for goggles, but you know, and a goggle system can be expensive. And I'm interested in this. How does this work? So that is interesting. Anyway, so guys, just a quick heads up on what's going on. So stay tuned and hopefully I can get some action going on and you can watch these things happening. Alright guys, thank you very much. There's our Mr. Drone and the gimbal and the camera. And stay tuned and we will see what's happening next. Thank you very much. Bye.